How much abuse can we handle? How many lives can be taken before it's not just a gamble of suicide in our nation? How many words can be spoken before it's proven to damage? Sticks and stones are just a metaphor for usual habits of putting up with the names. Hoodies up in their shame until enough is enough and they start to look at the blade. Until the mirrors are broken, I barely bear my reflection. I say a prayer my perception will change in the heavens. I'm not talking of mine, it's the perception of those who only fueled my insecurity and stepped on my toes. Will they be there at my casket, masking the pain that they gave me, swearing me as a companion, saying they wish that they saved me? This is a message to all. If you feel destined to fall, you pick yourself up from the slumber and prove all of them wrong. I found my voice through these songs, you can find yours in this message. You're worth it, you have a purpose and don't ever forget it. Gatch.
What's the crack? You're watching the Labtv. We're here with Gatch. What's happening, Gatch?
What's the crack?
I'm gonna give you a big build up, right? This fiend is incredible. We just listened to a shitload of tracks, and honest to God, I'm inspired. I want to get better at everything, even hoovering.
I'll be rapping with that just for now anyway.
It's like, oh God, I'm inspired by it. It's class. No, honestly, it's class. But I
Appreciate it.
I'm a kind of fiend who would praise anyone, but I like to encourage. But this is fucking, man, it's inspiring. So thank you for that. Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
So I want you to tell the people where you're from, what do you do?
Well, I grew up in Knockney in the north side, representing Cork, obviously.
Yeah.
And well, I was about 15 basically, and I was a huge rap fan. If this is the story if I got into rap, so I was always a huge rap fan. I grew up listening to like Biggie Smalls, Nas, Illmatic, all these albums that were Big L and stuff, to these legends. Then like Eminem and stuff was huge back when I was first listening to it. Groups like God Future and stuff were coming up. I just loved every element of it. I was just, I suppose at the time I don't know, I was literally studying how to write, because like it's weird, when I was 15, I've been listening to rap for like 5 or 6 years, and GMC, Gary McCarthy, you know, he was huge for Cork in the rap scene, and he used to do workshops in schools, and he came to my secondary school. I went to St Aidan's in Dublin Hill, and yeah, Gary came in and they were doing this group project. Basically, it was like trying to raise awareness for like drugs and stuff. It was just a project we did in the school. Wanted Gary to make a song with students if they could. I remember Gavin Bracken was there. He's a rapper that goes to the Hut and Kabin and stuff. Shout
out to Gavin.
Shout out to Gavin.
Shout out to GMC as well.
So yeah, I started in the project as an accident and wrote a verse, drug awareness. I still remember the verse. It was like, hallucinates about a better life inhaling substances. No, I went off from there. But like, I remember, I'll never forget the first time I wrote it, Gary was like, you have to have been rapping before, have you? And I was like, I swear to God I haven't. So yeah, Gary came, we were doing a group project about drug awareness, and I wrote a verse, and he was blown away by how skilled it was for someone who, that was their first verse. So he said like, here I'm doing workshops in the hut, and stuff, the cabin wasn't started then. So I went to the hut with my friend, who's now a producer, Brady, shout out Sheena Brady, become producer like myself. So he got into the more production side of it, I got into the lyrical side of it. And then the cabin opened up. I was blown away. There was an actual studio sitting 2 minutes away from where I lived in Knockney that no one was talking about, just there for young people,
yeah,
to express themselves.
Shout out to the cabin.
Yeah,
too.
shout out to the cabin.
Sorry to cut the cost there.
You're fine, don't worry.
I want to give it a shout out as well, because that's where I'm recording my album as well.
Yeah, cabin series.
Shout out to Gary.
Yeah,
and yeah, thank you, Gary, for existing.
Yeah, honestly though, without Gary, most of the stuff, like, especially for me, Gary paved the way for me to try and do it. If I didn't meet Gary, you know, I wouldn't be rapping today. So even though Gary's kind of doesn't rap anymore, he's still huge for the rap scene.
100%. 100.
Big factor. And Ophelia as well in the cabin as a tutor is incredible. The advice and stuff they give you, they really give you clarity on the direction you want. They make you find yourself when you're rapping, rather than, you know, they don't force it to anything. It's up to you at the end of the day. It's a creative process.
Shout out to Ophelia too.
Ophelia and Gary, seriously, big inspirations for me to do better.
And personally in my life too, those two were two big inspirations for me as well.
Yeah.
On a rap level, but also a spiritual level.
Exactly, yeah.
And in relation to Gary, he to me was he was the first person I ever heard rapping from Ireland.
Yeah.
And I came to Cork to find him. You know?
Yeah.
Because I needed to find a family like him. It was class. It was actually class.
I know.
And to see how far he's come and that's come, and to see now you are connected to that, and
Yeah.
you've come through it, and your level of ability is incredible.
Yeah.
I only wish I was as talented as you when I was.
It's not just myself though. It's like the fact that we've great mentors in Gary and Ophelia. Like that's why I feel lucky that I'm so young that I can come up with that, because I know like I can't imagine back then, like before everyone was connected like they are now, because the Cork rap scene is very connected. I find everyone knows each other. See, like everyone goes to each other's gigs and stuff. It's a community. The Cork rap renaissance, like, it's not just a hashtag. I mean, it's an actual
Hashtag, but it's real life too, like you know.
Exactly. So honestly, I'm just so thankful from bringing me up. So.
Hey, I'm thankful for it too, because I haven't been part of this in a long time.
But as I say, like the Kabin, the skill and ability there, like it's crazy, and it's just literally I put it down to Gary and Ophelia. It's just huge.
And Sav, shout out one more time, shout out again. The love is there, it's sick, and then that work is manifesting itself in the form of unbelievable artists like yourself. Like this,
Appreciate it.
it's unbelievable, right? So I want you to tell us the first track you have online that people can look at.
First track I have. Well, the first track I ever made is called Life or Death. That was the one I wrote when I was only 15. My first rap I ever wrote. Life or Death, so where I was learning about drugs. You find out my flow was very young in it though, it's kind of embarrassing. If you want to listen to my current stuff now, that I'm happy for people to see, I suppose, would be like, if you went to my YouTube channel, Gatch, Gatch, SoundCloud, same thing, Gatch, Gatch, or Facebook as well, Facebook page. I have all my new tracks, my latest tracks from there, and I upload consistently enough. I try and do like 1 or 2 tracks a month, but at the same time I'm working behind the scenes on proper projects. So
I feel it,
always
man.
working. Yeah.
It's sick. It's fucking sick.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, mate. I want to say as well, you've got the coolest fucking voice ever, man.
Oh, thanks, bro.
It's sick. It's
Thanks.
fucking class.
That was when I remember when I was first getting into it, I was really doubting my flow because I just didn't think I had the voice or like the accent for it, but. People like it, I suppose.
Man, it's sick. I can see the dedication to the craft. I can hear it, and the pronunciation, the flow, delivery. It's just fucking so beautiful to the ear, right?
I appreciate it.
And strong and confident and clever, and I'm like, oh
yeah. Thanks, boy.
Honestly, like, it's fucking sick. Fair play to you, mate.
Thanks.
So, tell us as well about the hashtag Cork Rap Renaissance gig. Oh, it's time to wake up again. It's time to wake up.
So I did a Cork Rap Renaissance is a big thing that basically got started in January when Spectre Fiction said in the newspaper magazine there's a bit of a Cork Rap Renaissance going on this year, I feel, because of so much rappers suddenly making like projects. Like we had a spec with effigies, myself I made a mixtape, Switch is working on stuff with Gary and stuff.
Shout out to Switch Cut.
Cam Gooley's releasing his mixtape soon, Lockshaw, or his EP, Lockshaw, I can't wait for that. He's seriously talented artist. So it brewed with that, and yeah, if you just look up the hashtag Cork Rap Renaissance on Facebook, Instagram, you can just see what every artist is doing, and it's good that there's that now.
It's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Even for me, I know I'm not from Cork originally, but I need to belong somewhere. Like,
exactly, yeah.
You know?
And we welcome you. Awesome.
Yeah. I've adopted Cork as my spiritual home, you know. And I would consider myself a Cork rapper now.
Yeah.
You know, I've been here for so long and I love the place.
Yeah.
I might have a bit of a culture accent mixed in with a Cork accent.
Sure works.
It's all day. And what was it like for you as an experience to perform in there?
Yeah, so going back to the performance, I performed in Alchemy that was the first Cork Rap Renaissance gig we did, and it was like myself, Switch, Cam Gooley's, Spec, J Ronic, Outsider YP, and we even got a spoken word artist up there. I can't remember his name, but there was so much creativity going on.
And there's a beatboxer there at one point.
Yeah, beatboxer, yeah, and me and Spec were spitting to that. Like it was such a good environment, and what surprised me the most is the crowd it drew.
Yeah.
How much people actually, because it was Alchemy is just a cozy place. I mean, it's a coffee shop, like, but it was banging, like it was like a proper venue. Like, also I felt them there.
And everyone was into it, man.
Exactly, yeah.
I was in the audience, like,
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And we will give a shout out to the graph artist who was outside too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Can't remember his name now.
Unbelievable artwork.
Shout out to the graph artist decent cut. Shout out to Ashton on the beats.
Ashton, yeah, big respect to Ashton.
Ashton doing the DJ thing, rocking it out, right? I really enjoyed it as well because everyone was different. You know?
Yeah, everyone brought their own individual stuff to it, like, and everyone, like, you had Jeronic who was getting the crowd going, then you had Spec who would kind of, you'd have to listen, like, and then you'd like Switch bringing that unbelievable energy. So it was just everyone had their own way of performing. It was brilliant to see. Like
Switch like Cork on stage. Yeah. Tell him, mate. And what would you? So looking back on your own performance, right? How did that feel for you to be there and involved in that?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Like I remember getting up on stage and just like seeing people listen. It was weird because like I go to gigs all the time and like being that close to a crowd because it was in a coffee shop. You have to understand, like, so it wasn't like we had a stage, but it was just such a. I actually kind of preferred it because you can see people listening and just like proper getting into your music, and it's such a good feeling that like validity from people.
Yeah.
Sometimes as an artist you need it. I know it's dangerous to be too obsessed with that, but sometimes when you're performing, that's when it really.
Well, that's essentially what we do it for, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
And like, I was only telling my friend the other day, like the difference in audience and how it can make you feel as a human, even as an artist. That when, like you were saying, when people are actually listening to you and they can hear the craft and they responded. Because I was standing beside some people who were well impressed with your craft.
Yeah.
Right? And I know that they get it. I know they understand it. I was like, that's savage, man. And for me, then as an artist, I was like, oh, I hope when I'm doing my stuff, the people are the same way about it, you know?
It's the best feeling.
It was, and I was there, like, oh, the craft. This is cool as fuck. So it's so good, boy. Oh, it's an artist without an audience, I feel essentially is an artist without a purpose. You know?
Yeah.
And we need it.
Yeah.
That is
definitely, boy. Yeah.
That's support in itself, isn't it? That's tone, boy. So you've told us already where people can find you, yeah?
Yeah.
On YouTube. Do you have an Insta?
I have an Instagram. That's not called Gatch. It's my real name. It's Cian Hearn. If you want to look that up, Cian. Obviously, not spelled Cian if you're Irish. And then Hearn, Hearn. So if you want to find me on Instagram, I post stuff on there related to music, like artwork for my songs, sneak peeks of videos and stuff. So my Instagram, and I also have a Snapchat called Gatch the Outcast. People can have me on. I post information about what I'm releasing, giving teasers, keeping the fans posted on gigs and stuff there. So it's sort of on a more personal level with Snapchat.
And you gave us a preview of tracks you're going to put on your album.
Yeah, I did.
What's the album called?
The album's called Imminence, and it's a project I'm working on after I draw my mix.
It's time to wake up again.
So the project's called Imminence. It's a project I'm working on just off the back of my debut mixtape, Pure Creation, which you can find on YouTube and SoundCloud. So after I made the mixtape, I was thinking like, okay, the mixtape's kind of showing my skill. It's just introducing me to the scene. Now the album is where I like get people connected with me, give my perspective on things, get more personal with my fan base, because I think that's the kind of direction artists go with mixtapes, are showing how skilled they are. Then albums, they want to connect with the audience. So that's what I'm going for with this album. It's called Imminence. I'm halfway through writing and recording it, but it probably won't be out till 2019, early 2019. I'm hoping for.
Wow, cool. Okay, so you're taking your pace and perfecting.
Exactly. Yeah, no rush. I want it to be the vision I have. Yeah.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait to hear that. Oh, inspiration is decent, honestly. Inspiration is good. It's what, like, for a long time, addiction used to feed me, and now inspiration is the thing I want to feed me, and it's so nice. So, my G.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. Do you have a message for the people before we say goodbye?
My message would be: do what you love, and you'll regret nothing.
Oh, tell them, yeah.
And check the SoundCloud and YouTube.
Yeah. Hey, local is mint.
Exactly.
Talent, support, and honestly, the minute you check this guy out, you will not regret it. You will not regret it at all. It's fucking decent, boy. Hashtag Cork Rap Renaissance.
Hashtag Cork Rap Renaissance.
Together we are better. We are all class. It's just a journey to the Y. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hey.